Good evening. This is Dale Lamb, Gardner Webb University. It's Wednesday, September 28, 2016. This is Mels 604. I haven't had anybody join me yet, but it's now time, so I'll get started. I have some housekeeping issues tonight, and then I have one peer review video. Hopefully, if anybody else joins me, they may have a video for us to watch tonight also. So let me get started. I'll try not to take all night tonight. As a reminder, there are 6 components due this semester for your evidence artifacts. You are to submit those in discussion board for peer review. Once they've been peer reviewed, you will put them in assignment Dropbox so that I can grade them. That precludes us from having to do written tests. You'll do one peer review of each of the 6 components for one of your peers, one of your classmates, and then you will do the other peer review online with Zoom. Now, as I said earlier, I don't expect I'll get 6 from any of the groups because I know that you've already peer reviewed and submitted a lot of these. So if you come to a component and all 3 members of your group have already had the component peer reviewed and already submitted it into task string for evaluation, then just drop it in assignment Dropbox and keep going. You don't have to redo a Zoom session or redo a peer review. All that is, of course, on the welcome and course introduction on the course overview page, and it tells you the Zoom session dates. They start tonight and run for I believe 6 nights, the 28th, 5th, 19th, 26th, no session on the 12th due to fall break. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then November 2nd and 9th. And so look over on the Zoom sessions, it's 5 through 11. You will see that those are the nights that you can either send them to me, you can post them to me, you can put them in discussion board. You can upload the link on the discussion board thread for that particular evidence. Dorrit and let's see, and Melissa did that, and that's a really easy way to do it. And so what you would do is you would go to discussion board. Let's see if the computer will follow me. Go to discussion board. And click on that particular evidence that I have already preloaded in there. Click on it, and it will allow you to upload. We'll pick component 2D at random. And it will allow you to create a thread, and you can upload the link to your video. I don't think it will allow you to actually uplink the video, but it will allow you to upload the link, and then when I open it up to read it, there's the link, and I can go directly to YouTube, and I can also copy and paste that link like I did tonight. So I have that link, so it's easy for all of you to find. I have that link here on week 5 from Dorrit and Melissa of the Zoom video we're going to watch in a few minutes. And so that's what I'll do. Not only will I watch them when you send them, I'll post them on that week so that everybody can go in and watch those. I'll play it at class, but you can also, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to have to watch me, I'll post it on the Zoom sessions where you can just go in and watch them. So here are the dates again of the Zoom sessions. There are 6 of them, starting tonight and running through November the 9th, remembering that we do not meet on October 12th due to fall break. All right. So that should cover peer review, 6 written, 6 Zooms. If you haven't done them, I don't guess I'll get 6, but that's okay. Remember that on our page, course overview, I have put Mels 604 student information. It's just student's name, the Gardner Webb email address, their hometown, and the place where they work, so that you can get in touch with your group members. If you don't remember who your group members are, it's under Zoom session 5, and there's a spreadsheet. And so let me go to that. And there it is. And so as you can see, for the first 3 weeks, I have the same people just rotate. The team leader should be emailing the others to make sure that they get together and do theirs. After that, then the groups change for the next 3 weeks each week. I'm hoping maybe to get at least one out of the first 3 weeks, and then hopefully I will get some more toward the end of the semester as we get to components that haven't already been peer reviewed and submitted. But here again are your groups. Again, the first person is the team leader, except for these, the team leader rotates. So in these, the groups stay the same for the first 3 weeks. What I'm trying to do is mirror how a PLC works. I'm trying to get you into the notion that because of lack of planning time, because of budget tightening, losing staff members, it's harder and harder to find time for teachers to meet during the regular day. We're trying to do staff development before and after school. We're keeping teachers longer and paying them less. And it's difficult to come up with common planning time. Everybody knows that the fewer people that are in the schedule, the less planning time that you have, because the first tenet of scheduling a school is every child has to be with an adult every hour or every minute. And so it's getting harder and harder to find common planning times in order for PLCs to operate. What I'm trying to do is maybe propose a solution as we move further and further into using video, social media, and those things, that we start conducting our PLC meetings via products like Zoom or webcams or WebEx, GoToMeeting, any of those video products, that we learn how to do PLCs. We have a PLC leader, we have norms, we have values, we have specifics that we're to do. And so what I'm trying to do is mimic how maybe the PLC of the future is going to work, that PLCs will not operate as face-to-face seated activities, that PLCs will be more fluid and more open and will work more as a video. They will be an online function rather than a face-to-face function. That's my take on where we're going in education as budgets get tighter and staff members get cut more and more, and we have less teacher assistants to cover classes and those kinds of things. It's going to be harder to find common planning time for PLCs to work. So this is my proposal, is that you learn how to use a product like this, and you conduct these peer reviews like a PLC meeting, where you have a leader, you have norms, you have values, you have shared vision, all those kinds of things. You have a clear directive as to what you're supposed to be doing. There's a rubric, those kinds of things. So hopefully this will give you some experience in what I feel like is coming fairly quickly to public education. All right, so there's that. Again, this list of team members can be found under Zoom session 5 over on the left-hand menu. Okay. All right. Over here under Zoom session 5, you will find that. All right, so we've covered that and that. I also have posted this YouTube video from Dr. Neal, the Mels chair, on how to go about doing your competencies in task stream. You know that you're going to have to, you folks that are continuing students, you're going to have to upload one competency. Some of you are my interns. When I come to your place, we will go over that, but watch that video. Let's see, I think I have, Jason, I'm coming to see you on Wednesday, October the 5th at 2 p.m. Melissa, I'm coming to see you at 12:30 p.m. on Monday, October 24th. I've got some more of you, but make sure that Jason has confirmed. Melissa has not confirmed, but I think she's a little under the weather. I think from her video, she said she broke her foot. So hopefully she'll get back in touch with me. So Melissa, if you're watching, get in touch to confirm our meeting there. I'm going to see Joyce at 9 a.m. and then Mary, Melissa, and Pauline all on the same day. So make sure that you confirm if you're my intern. All right, so Tabitha and Stephanie, make sure that Mary's on board with us on the day that I'm coming to Columbia. And of course, that's going to be on Wednesday, October the 12th. I had to move that. Then I realized that nobody would be there on Friday afternoon. So I changed that one on my own, and I had another request to change. So before your clinical coach shows up, make sure you watch that, how to do your competencies and task stream. Also, make sure that you have done your self-dispositions, your university self-dispositions. Do those. Those are generally due in semesters 1, 3, and 5. If you didn't do them last semester, go in and do those again. Self-disposition, university. There's the university and the School of Ed dispositions. Make sure that you have done those up through semester 3 in preparation for the meeting with your clinical coach. All right, so that's that. Let's see now. Task stream. I had let's see. There's one of our classmates. Okay, now I had a couple questions on submitting to task stream. Please remember that there's no place to request comments anymore in task stream. The peer review process and review in class has now taken the place of task stream comments. When you go to comments now, you submit for evaluation. If your evaluator finds your work lacking, they will send you detailed messages how to fix it, and they will also send that to your clinical coach who will come out and work with you. So please remember, there are no comments in task stream. It's only one upload now, and it's for evaluation. Now, to that end, I've got a couple of things I want to make sure that I cover with you tonight. When you're in task stream, now this is an older version. This is my old student account from years ago. Not that I was a student in 2012, but I had an account created so I could teach with it. I need to have it updated. When you go to the work page, to your work page in task stream, where you upload your work for evaluation, instead of saying part A, B, C, D, and E, it says component A, B, C, and D. But it looks like this. When you click on this final one down here, people say, well, what's that last one? Well, that's where the final evidence, narrative, summary, and descriptors go. Let me be clear now. Listen carefully. The components A through E are graded by Gardner-Webb, and they are to keep you on track for Gardner-Webb. The one that counts for graduation and for licensure is the last one. It simply says AppSell, AppTel, as you can see right here. That's the one that counts, because that one has your comprehensive document, what we call the final evidence narrative, that contains all the components A through E of that particular evidence artifact. You upload it just like you would a component. So what you have to do, once you have all your components peer reviewed, submitted into discussion board, peer reviewed, put into assignment Dropbox and Blackboard for class grade, put into task stream for a professor grade, your evaluator grade. Once you have all 5 of those done, then you take those 5 and you put them together in one document. We call that the final evidence narrative. And you upload it here. Now, it's graded on a different rubric here, but if it passed the components, it should pass here. But it's graded. But along with that final evidence narrative, you have to click on this button over here to the right, which is complete form, and you have to upload a 3-part summary and your descriptors here when you click on that button. I don't know if it'll follow with me or not. Excellent. And so there's 3 boxes. Now, this is an old one that just has 1 box. The new one has 3 boxes, and it's a brief reflection, impact, evaluation, the evidence. But then it has all the descriptors. And so you have to tell us what you did. Now, in preparation for this, I have prepared a document for you, and it's found under Task Stream Tools. And that is called Writing Task Stream Summaries and Descriptors. Again, it's in Blackboard under Task Stream Tools. And it tells you how to write that 3-part summary. You just answer these questions. The questions are not common. They're specific to that particular evidence artifact. If you will answer these questions, you will have written that task stream summary. Now, how to write a descriptor, I have in here how you write a descriptor. There are 5 sentences. Now, you can write more than that, but here are the 5 required sentences to tell us how you accomplished a particular descriptor. Content, what'd you do? Process, how it was done. Analysis, outcome, reflection. So 1B1 works with others. I formed a PLC. How was it done? We gathered all the math teachers and put them in a PLC. As a result of what happened, we did Algebra 1A and 1B, or what's commonly known as Hawaiian algebra. Outcome, we did get it implemented. It was successful. Grades went up. More kids passed the course. Reflection, we would do it again. It was worthwhile. We will continue it because it didn't cost us anything. It's just taking the same material and pacing it, twice as slow. So that's how to write summary and descriptors. Now, these only go into Task Stream with your final submission for each of the 6 evidence artifacts. You will not see that button with components. It's not there. It only goes when you do your final evidence narrative. Now, in addition to that, I have also created templates to help you put together your final evidence narrative. These, again, are found under Task Stream Tools. Anything in black, your name here. This is not an IQ test, put your name there. Other than that, it has all the different parts. You can cut and paste and put your work in here, or you can put your work together, the components that you already have. Now, anything in red in one of my templates comes out. This is just an example of a reflection. These are just notes that I have. But you can take these, which are already formatted, in APA format, and the references are done in the correct style. You can take and do this, or you can put yours together. That's up to you. But I do have a set of templates under Task Stream Tools. I also, under Task Stream Tools, have elementary, middle, and high school evidence artifact, final evidence narratives that are complete, that shows you what it's supposed to look like when you put it together with all of 1 components. Now, when you look at these, you'll see the first thing is an abstract. Don't write a separate abstract. Take your Task Stream, the summary that you wrote for Task Stream, write it in Word, copy and paste it into the boxes in Task Stream, and then you can put it right here as your abstract, because that's what it is. That summary is the abstract. So I encourage you not to write a separate abstract for your final evidence narrative. Just simply write one. Write your summary using the directions on that Writing Task Stream Summary and Descriptors document that I have under Task Stream Tools, and use it both as your summary and as your abstract. It'll save you some time. These templates will save you some time. There's a template for each of the 6 evidences, again, found under Task Stream Tools. All right, let's see what else we have. Here's an example of what share. This is what your Task Stream Summary and Descriptor should look like. There's a reflection, impact, and evaluation of the evidence, and then here 1B1, here are 5 sentences. They're long sentences, but this is what, if you don't know what they're asking you, read these, because she's spot on knowing what they were asking. But here is a complete set of summary and descriptors that will guide you in writing yours. Again, found under task string tools. All right, so I can get rid of that one. I can get rid of that one. Okay, share screen. All right, back to task string. All right, so save and return. It'll take me back to my page that I was on. Okay. All right, so remember, under each of these, you will find under each of the 6 evidence, you will find where your final goes, and you upload the final evidence narrative that contains all the components of that evidence, and you do your summary and descriptors. Under task string tools in Blackboard, you have examples of what that final evidence narrative should look like, classified, categorized as either elementary, middle school, or high school, and there's at least one, I think there's 2 complete evidence narratives for each of the 6 evidence under each of those 3 levels. There's also a document, how to write the summary and descriptor, that goes here with complete form, and there's an example of what summary and descriptor written summaries and descriptors should look like. So those are all under task string tools. Those will help you as you start putting together your final submissions. Remember, for graduation and licensure, you must have 5 of your 6 final evidences graded for graduation and all 6 for graduation and licensure. That's the way it works. Components don't count. So if you've got all your components graded, but you haven't submitted your finals, you will not graduate, you won't get your license. It's the final one that counts, so make sure you remember that. Okay, I'll log out of task string now. All right. Okay. Let's look at our weekly schedule and see where we are with our course. This is our 5th week, Module 3, Educational Research for Instructional Development. What I ask you to do this week, or when you do this week's work, is to read all discussion board posts and complete a list of terms that you didn't use. Post that list in discussion board 4. And so if you look under, there's not very many, but there'll be more. If you look under discussion board 3, you'll see a couple. Here's one by Bruce, who did a great job. This is his discussion board 3, and you can look at the terms, and you can look at the research articles that he used. He had Whitaker and DeFore and Hattie. Very good stuff here. But again, you were to do that for discussion board 3, and then in discussion board 4, you were to read those and find any terms that you didn't see in yours. So that was this week's work. In Blackboard. All right, so, and where you are, you should have your AppTel Component B peer reviews already in. They're due this week, so that's where we should be this week. Remember, we got one more week coming up next week before our break. So that should, and the evidence artifact work is beginning to get a little faster here. So need to keep the pace. Please remember, discussion boards are not optional. You have to do them, but you do them at your own time. They're not a week-to-week thing. If you want to do them all in 1 week, or next week or 2 weeks, that's fine with me. But do try to keep up with your evidence. This last column over here on the right, your evidence artifact work, you do need to stay on schedule with that, because others are depending on you to both put work in for them to review, but also for you to review their work. So make sure you keep up. Keep on pace with your evidence artifact work. Your discussion board work is at your discretion when you want to do it. It's not optional if you do it, it's optional when you do it. So that catches us up on this week's work. Bruce, again, good job on discussion board 3 post. Thank you for that. I can close that one now. I can close the weekly schedule. I can close writing task during summary. All right. So what I'm going to attempt to do now, don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to attempt it. I hope that you can see. This is Dorothy and Melissa doing their peer review. According to my screen, it looks like you folks can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one for you.
So I'll go ahead and start if that's okay with you, because I literally just finished.
Okay.
So as far as your 6D, I thought you did well with it was very data based about having more collaboration and parental involvement. You discussed adding that to the school improvement plan, and you discussed the stakeholders that were involved in that. The only thing that I would recommend adding is like specific evidence of that meeting. So if there were minutes taken or an agenda or anything like that.
Yes. About that, I think I posted that after. It should be there because I have an agenda. I did post it on
Blackboard.
On Blackboard.
Okay. Let me look. I may have just not scrolled down enough.
It should be exactly below it because I looked this morning and it disappeared somewhere, but I did have an agenda.
Okay. I don't see it either here, but if you have it, I mean, you're gonna submit that to.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Get off. I'm gonna go back and make sure it's there.
Yeah. So that really was the only recommendation I had for that.
Yeah.
So if you have it, that's great. And then I thought your 60 was great. The graphic organizer was very well done. You discussed the fiscal resources that you need, as well as the staff personnel that needs to be involved in it. Again, it followed along with all of your, what you said was most important with the school improvement plan. So I didn't have any suggestions for 60. I thought it was very well done. And your graphic organizer was very, it was very organized for a graphic organizer. But yeah, I mean, your headings were fine, and I thought you did really well with 60.
Thanks.
So yeah, so that was really it. I don't know, it's good. I think this one was easier just because I'm sure your school's doing this too. You're writing a new school improvement plan.
Yes.
I kind of went along with that, so I know. Yeah. When I was writing mine, I was like, oh, good, we've done this. I can just go back and look and see.
Yes. Yes.
So, but, all right, do you have any questions or?
No.
Okay. So, all right, do you want to share on bills?
Okay. Bill 6D, I think that the rubrics were met, the rubrics were met, and the content was aligned with the course content. he identified the inconsistency in this in what based on the data. He identified what is going on in his school, and the inconsistency that he's talking about are students' achievements, results from teacher working conditions survey, and students' behavior. The group, he talked about how the group review, reflect the data, and they also made recommendation. He specifically identified recommendations of implementing PBIS, Reading and Math Intervention Program, and Professional Development. He also talked about implementing new technology for his school. So I think that was fine. And he went into details, which is good. Again, I did not see he has any graphs displayed to kind of back up some of the inconsistency that he's seen. And so I think he needs to display graphs that identify, at least students' achievement that he saw the inconsistency in. Another thing, just like what you were saying, I'm not seeing any evidence. And at least, as what you're saying, an agenda of the meeting or anything. So you need to have evidence. Other than that, I think it was, his artifact was perfectly done.
Okay.
Good job.
Sorry, I'm just moving out now.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Sorry, broke my foot on Wednesday, so I'm like hobbling around.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just been a weird summer.
Hey, Rick, how are you?
Okay. And then as far as his 6E, did you talk about the 6E?
Oh, sorry. I was Again, just as 6D, his contents were aligned with the course, the rubrics were met, the descriptors were met. However, I did not see, where at the end of the artifact, where at least you identify your descriptors that were met. But I've seen the descriptors in his content. This group developed and proposed for school improvement plan, school achievement, as staff development, students, not school achievement, sorry, student achievement, staff development, again, technology. It is there at this 6E, it is there a clear graph showing the goals, evidence of completion, responses, and timeline. So he did very well in displaying the graph in 6E, because I was able to look at his graph and understand everything that he was proposing.
Okay.
I do not have any cons at this point. Everything was done well in 6E.
Oh, good. Good. All right, and then, so we'll share this with Bill, and then he's going to do my peer review on a Zoom
Yes.
conference tomorrow night. So
Okay.
we'll go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close some of these things out. As you can see, Dora and Melissa did a great job. Took them less than 7.5 minutes. And I'm guessing if Bill had been there, they could have still done that in about 10 to 15 minutes. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for an hour. I'm looking for you to dive into the content and make sure that that's what this is about. Again, as we move into online and video PLCs, they've got to be quick and to the point. you've got to have everything prepared. You can't come to the meeting and kind of wing it and prepare in the meeting. The whole notion here is you need to be you need to be you need to be prepared when you get there. Let's see if this is going to. All right, so here we are, back again. So that's what I'm looking for, what they did tonight. I'm looking for somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, quick and to the point. You've already done the work. You know what, you hit the major points of the topic. This is how PLC work's going to be done in the future. It's not going to be sitting, do 15 minutes worth of work and then 45 minutes worth of complaining. That there's not going to be time or the opportunity to do that in the future. So I won't belabor the point. I've gone for close to 40 minutes tonight. I hope you enjoyed their video. I hope I've clarified some points on peer review, teams, submitting to task stream. If you have questions, call me, email me. There is a second page to discussion board, and when you click on that second page, there's a place if you have questions there. I'll get to you. I'm pretty quick on turnaround, so just let me know. If you are my clinical intern and you haven't confirmed a meeting with me, make sure that you do that very soon. I'm getting my meetings together. As I told you, I'll be hitting the road next week for a month, and I will see everybody within, I'm trying to see everybody within 3 weeks, but I definitely will get you seen in the month of October. I only got confirmed my list last week, so we don't start visiting until the graduate school confirms. That way we don't do work that before it's time, I guess. So questions, comments, issues, answers, let me know. And I will see you next week at 7 o'clock. Everybody have a good week.